Buenas. Buenas.
Buenas.
Half a day, Tantiro. Welcome to Marianas Stories. This is where we chat with ordinary people with extraordinary stories in our community. And our guest today is Marianas Naputi, who has invited us here to her home and her kitchen. Mary, thanks for letting me chat with you today.
Oh, nice to be here with you and chat and, to know about what, what really our Chamorro cuisine is. How that I started to learn how to make that, Buchi.
Mm-hmm.
We call it turnover. And
Mary is actually very well known among her family and her close friends for being an expert at cooking chamorro, I would say pastries and other delicacies.
Yes.
She's going to share with us today, like she said, the papaya turnover, which I just found out used to be called papaya. Buchi. Why Buchi?
Way back because during that time, the Okinawas and the Japanese area. In fact, my grandfather's a Japanese.
Oh.
That's how my mom became how to cook and bake because of that. My grandfather's a Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So my mom is actually, and my dad too is a cook, but mostly during growing up, I think that's my how do you call that?
Like a hobby?
Like a hobby because I like to be in the kitchen. I was still like 8 years. I helped my mom, to prepare the mixing everything, and because my mom knows that I'm one of that gifted,
Gifted.
yeah, to cook because my hand is good for the flour.
Ooh.
Okay. Like touching it, like the one I told you. I don't need the measuring cups. It's only by my hand. I measure it through my hand.
That's the old style.
That's an old style, and still I carry it.
So if you're hoping today to get an exact recipe on how to make the papaya turnover, you're going to have to learn in person from a master like Mary. Use your hands and...
Yeah, use your hands.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, why is it called Buchi? You were sharing earlier about that.
Because we call it Buchi because it has to be like a puffy. Puffy.
Okay.
Puffy.
What's Buchi mean?
Buchi means like, when you have Buchi, what do you call that?
Swollen?
Swollen.
Yeah.
Like a huge, when you have what do you call that? Grano badito, they call it.
What's it called?
Grano badito.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's like...
but it's some kind of swelling. Like
a swelling.
Okay.
That's why that's why they call it Buchi because it has to be a fluffy, a really fluffy, huge, like when they, like example, oh, you have a Buchi. They knows, oh, no, I don't have, but it looks like a Buchi.
So looks
that's why we call it that Buchi because it has to be packed. Some that I've been seeing, it's not the right way because it's flat. We don't call that Buchi. Maybe we call that some kind of it's not even maybe turnover,
yeah,
or what, but I don't call that Buchi because it's flat. It has to be packed with that papaya inside, and when you're folding it, you have to really make sure that the papaya is huge and packed like Buchi
and filled with the filling.
Filled with the filling, a lot of filling, not like you just what do you call it? Spread it? No, it's not that way. You have to scoop it, maybe one tablespoon, and it depends on how big you want the buchi. But me, by measuring my hand for the dough, I know how to make it even the same size by my hand measuring. So when I pick the dough pop. I measure through my hand. By my hand. So okay, I'm ready. I put it on the side. It's roll ready. When you roll everything, it's all become the same size, but not using measuring cup, not using any kind of equipment like this. Like this, no.
That's how all our aunties and grandmothers made it.
Yeah, I
You
just
put the flour, you put the baking soda, you put them, but you have to know how to do it.
you
have to learn from them.
you have to learn how the step is, because like I say, even though I tell you the ingredients, like they always ask me, what is the ingredients? Even though I tell you the ingredients, but how are you gonna start it? Do you start by flour or do you start by eggs first? Because it has to.
Okay, so let's start with the filling.
Okay.
The papaya in the middle. Now, I know like it would have been so awesome if we could have done a demonstration, but actually making a papaya turnover, if you do it Mary's way, she says it can take you like 3 days, and 2 days is just for the filling. We're not going to be here for 3 days, so tell us about the filling part, the papaya. You used to use this.
Way back then, I used this shredded because back then it's very hard to get a food processor.
Or they didn't exist when you were a kid.
Yeah, it is. So my mom, or not only this, they can make it, like home handmade. But usually we use this, like this.
So which one do you use to
This one.
side to grate
This
the
one,
papaya?
the papaya,
okay.
because
I thought it was this.
This one is small. This
thought
one
it was this
is
side.
this one is like
Ah,
yeah, but
I see.
this is the because it's like how do you call that, like a shredded, like you shred it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so you have to use that a young papaya. Young, it's not like ripe or it
Not
has,
ripe at all.
no,
Very
right,
green.
very green,
Okay.
young one.
Okay.
So
Is there a certain type of papaya that you use or that you prefer, or any species of papaya you're okay?
the best papaya that is good for the turnover is the big one. Because we have that big, we have that small,
Yeah.
but the biggest is the best.
Okay.
The small one, we call it like it's a wild papaya. But when you cook it, it's bitter.
Okay.
So I don't use that small one. But like a regular, like this size, it's okay. But not that small.
Okay.
Because it's bitter.
Okay.
So it has to be big. If I cannot find big one, at least like a medium size is okay. But not the small one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's more seeds inside and less, to shred it. So it becomes like, I don't know, but it's bitter.
Okay.
So
So the big papaya.
yeah, the big papaya.
All right.
And also the big papaya, maybe like 8 pieces, it would fill up one of these big pot, for 8 papaya if it's big. But if it's a small, maybe
We'll be here for the next week. Shredding papaya.
yeah. We're gonna demonstrate next week by how we're gonna shred it and how it goes. But right now, I'm truly sorry because we're not prepared to get the papaya.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So then what do you do with the papaya? How do you prepare the filling?
Oh, the filling when you're gonna make it or what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I told you, one is if it's done, you cool it down.
Oh, wait, but start at the beginning because they didn't get to hear what you told me earlier about cooking it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. When you're done with the shredded, you put it in the pan like this one. By this size, you put it like maybe half cup of water. Put half the 5-pound sugar, and then cover it up and put it in the high heat. And once if it started to boil, you add in little by little the rest of the papaya because you cannot fit all in one time. So every time it goes down, it's steam it down. You put the rest. Keep on putting until you're done with all that huge one.
That you
because
shredded.
that I shredded. But once if it started to steam it down, it keep on reducing the amount of papaya that you shredded.
And that's why you can keep adding more.
And then,
Okay.
until you're done with that huge, but you keep on putting it and stirring until it steam down everything. And then that's the time you put the other half sugar. And either even brown sugar, half brown and white.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. But the brown is like a little bit very fast to burn. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I put a little bit just to caramelize it a little bit to give it like a different taste, because the brown sugar has what they call that, they're putting molasses.
Molasses.
Yes. So I put a little bit just to give it a little bit.
And then, so you were saying that when you steam it, and you said not boil, so you don't put a lot of water.
Yeah.
You just put enough water so that it can steam.
Yeah.
You steam it for about 2 or 3 hours,
3 to 4 hours.
and then you start
And
caramelizing
then
it.
right after the 3 to 4 hours, and you see it's already been caramelized, it, you cannot leave it. You have to watch it and start stirring it up until everything is combined, everything that you know by touching it if it's already, and you have to taste it. That's the most important. Taste it. If it's the right sweet, how do you want it? Because for me, I like medium sweet, because people that, nowadays they're watching their health because of the sweet. So I make it like a medium one,
Okay.
sweet. So
And you were saying that when you try it, it shouldn't be too mushy, so don't over steam it. But at the same time, the papaya shouldn't be too hard. So it's kind of like pasta. You got to find that right
the right one.
consistency. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then you stir it so that it doesn't burn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because once if you leave it, it will burn, and it's not gonna be the right.
It's going to be burnt papaya.
It's a burnt papaya, and when you're gonna cook it, you can smell that it's
Burnt.
burnt.
Okay.
So I don't want that one.
Yeah.
So as soon as, sometimes I did that, I burn.
Oh,
So what I
that
do?
whole pot?
No, it's on the bottom.
Oh.
So what I do, I transfer it to another pot,
Okay.
because I don't want that already burned, because
Yeah.
it might get that burn smell that
Okay.
way, and I don't want it. I don't like to use, like for myself, I don't use shortcut. When you're baking, you don't use shortcut. Some people they use shortcut because it's more faster, but you have to think that to make it that the people will love it. They like it. Not to make to just because you wanna make it,
Just to finish.
just to finish or what, but it's my habit that what I do, I like it to make it good, so they like it, not because of making business or what, just to love it. That's how I am, not to use shortcut. Shortcut is not in there. So, okay, right after everything is cooked by stirring it and everything, so you have to leave it and cool it down. After you cool it down, you cannot use that when it's hot. You cannot bake that when it's hot, because the dough, it will
Absorb?
moist, and it's because it's hot.
Okay. You put yours in the freezer, right? After
You have
cook
to,
it?
and then everything, because I'm not gonna cook everything on that day. So what I do, I make a lot. So when they ask me, it's ready. I just take it out one Ziploc, like how many? 50? Okay, I know which the 50 here. I know the amount of that papaya. So that that one I leave it outside to thaw it out
Yeah.
a little bit, but not really. It has to be cold.
Oh, okay.
It has to be cold when you're gonna use the filling, because once if it's really thaw out and really, you know how it is, it's gonna be like watery, and especially when you don't get the right mixing, it's very kind of delicate when you're cooking the papaya, because it's not supposed to be watery. It has to be Not dry, but really like a moist, like that it's not dry when you bite it.
Yeah.
It's falling apart the inside because the papaya is right now. When you bite it, it goes together with the crust. When you bite it, it's not that the papaya is sticking out though. No, it's the right when you bite it.
You can bite it off
Bite it off.
and not have pieces of papaya sticking
And
out.
not sticking out of
You know
papaya.
what? That is so true. When you eat a papaya, even
Right.
though it has a lot, like normally it's you don't like end up not like spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
Take a bite of spaghetti
It
and you're
is,
like
it
still
is,
trying to get the
it
spaghetti.
is.
Yeah.
But that
okay.
thing is not. It has to be when you bite it. It has to be, together with that
Okay.
the crust or the what do you call that? The dough that
So-
we make.
Tell us how you make the dough.
The dough is not that hard. It's only that you have to know how to, because like myself, like I told you, I don't use measurement. But I can tell you, and I can, if you want to measure it, I can, tell you the measurement by one batch. But me, I don't do by one batch because I already know how to, mix the flour and
So you have
Okay.
flour.
you have to make the flour, sip it. You have to sip it because if you don't sip it, the flour, once you put everything, it's like it's become like
Lumps.
a lot of lumps. But when you sip
Sipped
it,
it. Mhm.
it's like the airy,
Yeah.
airy, the flour and everything. When you put the sugar and the you don't use baking soda, no baking soda.
Okay.
Only sugar, little bit salt, and then the last is the shortening. The shortening, it depends how much flour you're using and how much shortening that you're gonna put. Because for me, by touching it already, I know if it's enough already. Because I don't want to be like hard when you bite it. It's like
Yeah.
how it is. You seeing other that I try other
Yeah.
that they make. When you
So,
bite it,
yeah.
you cannot chew it because the crust is very hard. And now with that hard, the papaya inside is not enough because it's not buchi. It's not buchi.
You're like the Gordon Ramsay of papaya buchi buchi.
Yeah,
This is not right.
this is not right.
Okay.
I'm not discriminating others people's how they make because it depends how other people they make
They learn
and
to
how
make, yeah.
but I cannot discriminate how, but I only to myself,
Yes.
not to tell other people that they're doing.
So you like you know that when you get it right because it's as you said, melt in your mouth. That's what you said.
When it melts when you touch it, it's like, man, this what kind of turnover? It's like hard, because it's not breaking apart
Yeah.
when you hold it. But once if you bite it, it's just right amount. When you bite it together with the filling,
Yeah.
and when you start chewing, it melts in your mouth, and you cannot stop because you want it more, because it really tastes and it really is that really lot of chewing. Because once if you bite it, it's just start melting in your mouth with that the dough and the filling, and
Pastry.
the more you eat it, the more you want more.
Yeah.
That's how
I know that feeling very well.
That's what they told me, Mary. Once I try it, I thought it's hard because when I hold it,
Yeah.
it's like you can but when I bite it, it melts in my mouth.
Okay, so you were saying that for like a pound of flour, you use maybe about, did you say 2 tablespoons of sugar,
Sugar.
or 1?
Sugar, it depends of, like, example, you're using 5 pound,
Yeah?
maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Oh, okay, 5 pounds. Okay.
Yeah, for 5 pound.
2 tablespoons
2
of sugar.
tablespoons
Okay.
sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then you mix it.
And
Mix
which one?
it first.
And then the other
Combine
thing you
it.
said was you don't want the crust to be too sweet. You want the sweetness
Yeah.
to come from the filling, not
Yes.
from the crust.
Yes,
So
that's why we put salt so it can balance without the sweetness of the papaya and how sweetness that you're making the papaya, how amount of sugar because some is super sweet, other they don't like that one super sweet because we're watching our health too. No?
Our blood pressure.
And also I don't want to make like to kill you with that. The
With how good your papaya is.
it is, and to make it sweet, and your blood sugar is gonna go up.
Thank you.
I don't want. So a lot of the one that they try it, they never complain about the sweetness. That it's the right amount that they like it.
And the other thing you said was don't over mix it.
Don't over mix it. Okay, right after you put everything and you combine, you put the shortening. By little, the shortening start mixing up with your hand, with the flour, and by touching it, already if it's enough already the shortening, that it's not gonna be hard that crust, because once if it's not enough shortening, it's gonna be hard.
So how can you tell from how it feels whether you've got the balance of the shortening and the flour right?
When you touch the flour and you put your hand like this, trying to feel the shortening and the flour, and you know that the shortening is already attaching with that the flour. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you can feel more flour. You have to feel more shortening than the flour.
Okay. And you were saying that when you squeeze
When
it.
you squeeze it and it stays like when you open it and it stays like that, it's ready.
Okay.
It's enough.
It doesn't break apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I say, I don't use measurement.
Yeah.
It's only my hand.
Yeah.
It's a magic touch.
Okay. So tell us about the filling, how you do the filling and the baking.
Okay. After you mix everything, the dough, I measure it to make it the same sizes.
Oh, okay. Use your hand.
I use my hand
Okay.
to measure the right sizes. I don't want big because some they have big, small. But me, it has to be the same sizes.
Okay.
So I use my hand to measure it. So I make it round. Okay, put it aside, everything. But don't mix everything in one time. You have to mix little by little. One, like I told you, cold water, you fold it and fold it. Not everything. Just put aside, like in the bowl, put half of it, you mix the other half later. The other half, you don't mix in
All
one
the dough at
time.
once.
No.
What happens if you mix all the dough at once?
It's like what do you call it? Over the time that
Okay.
because
Gets hard?
it's like kind of
Okay.
and you don't wanna leave it longer because it takes time for you to fold.
Okay.
So I like it though, little by batches. So once if I'm done with this half of that batch, then that's the time again I put the other half and I fold it. Don't over, like, what do you call that?
Knead or mix?
Over mix it,
Yeah.
like,
Because that'll make it hard?
Yeah, it's gonna make it hard. You don't do that. So when you fold it, you just make it like, stick together, and then you pull it out one by one, measure it to your cup. On my measuring cup.
Your measuring cup.
And then put aside.
Okay.
After everything you're done, then that's the time you set your rolling pin, and the side, everything is supposed to be there. The papaya is here. Okay. So once if when I start rolling it, I pat it down, then I roll it with my small spoon. It's gonna be the same. You have to touch how thick it is too. You cannot make it so thin because it has to be a little bit thick, so the papaya and the crust it's the right amount with the papaya and that dough. Because you don't want that more papaya and the dough is very thin. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Right?
Yes.
It has to be balanced.
I
How
was going to say
thick-
that balance.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to be balanced, the thickness, because the buchi buchi is plenty inside, you know, the papaya.
Okay.
And if you're gonna make a thin one, oh, it's like overpowering the papaya because there's dough.
Gotcha.
So you have to touch how thick it is. That's how it goes. So after you put it one scoop in, you pour it, and then make sure that, you know, how do you call that?
You kind of seal it.
Seal it. Don't put anything, just seal it and squeeze it so the papaya can be buchi, you know, enough. Don't be stingy with the papaya.
I love that.
Don't be stingy. Man,
Even though it took you hours to make, don't be stingy.
don't be stingy with the papaya.
Be generous.
Be generous and put whatever. That's why they're very satisfied with that.
Okay.
Because of the balancing of the crust and the inside. You know what I mean?
So how long do you cook it and what temperature?
It would 350.
Oh, do you put like, it seems sometimes
Okay.
they put
Not-
onion.
We're
egg.
not done yet.
Oh, we're still, sorry.
Okay. So after you're done with
This is why
everything,
it takes 3 days.
yeah.
Okay, go.
So right after you're done everything you put, you have to mix. It depends on people because, like I say, I don't mind other people what they make, but my way
Yes.
is my way,
Yes.
and their way is their way. But for my way, I put the yellow eggs with cinnamon.
Ooh, cinnamon.
Yes, and I mix it together with the cinnamon and the
Egg
that
yolk.
egg yolk, and then you brush it on top of that dough. You know, everything is covered with that one. And then right after that one, you put it in the oven. But if you're not gonna cook on that moment, you can put it and you can freeze it.
Oh. How long can you freeze it?
You
Not more than next day, 2 days, 3
it
days,
can be 1 week.
1 week.
When you don't have time and you have time for today and somebody wants next week,
Yeah.
you can put it everything and freeze it.
Okay.
And then when you're gonna bake it, don't thaw out.
Okay.
Just leave it as it is, frozen. Put it in the tray, you know, the baking sheet, and you bake it inside. But before you bake it, you have to put that egg yolk. Don't put it in the freezer, and then that's the time you're gonna put that the egg yolk. It's not gonna stick on it.
So you have to put the egg yolk before you freeze it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
because it will become the same like right after when you start doing it. But it's different when you're gonna freeze it. You know what I mean? So
What's the most turnovers you've made at one time?
oh my gosh, maybe like 60, 70 pieces. Some they order like that, they ask me.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay.
But me, because I'm used to it, I'm not that pausa, they call it slow. I'm very fast because I'm used to it already, you know. I know how to mix it and roll it and make it very fast, you know. 1 hour finish, 50 pieces. But,
Okay, so-
but other people, it would take time for them because, no, me, like this. You know how it is?
You're a master. You're a master. So how long do we cook it for?
You cook it for 15 minutes.
Only 15 minutes.
15 minutes, it depends on how big your oven is.
Okay. What temperature?
350,
350.
but mostly 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes.
How
the
do you know
most.
if it's done? Do you have to like break one open
No.
to check?
No, by looking at it, you know already when it's done. Don't overcook it don't over bake it, because the turnover is not supposed to be over baked, like very dark, because the dough is very fast to cook, because it's only shortening, and but
Speaking of dark, it's getting dark in here. Let me turn
on the light.
I think the cloud went the sun
Yeah, it
behind
is.
the cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes, thank you. All right. Don't overcook it. Let's cook it about 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. When you open it and you look that it's already like turning brown, not really dark brown, because if you overcook it, it's gonna be hard,
Okay.
like burn
Ooh.
hard. It is, because once if you take it out, by the time it's cooling down, it's already, the dough is already packing up, is getting harder. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you take it out, you touch it, it's like soft. But you wait, let it cool down,
Yes.
and then that's the time it becomes getting, little by little, it's getting harder and harder. But it's not like when you chew it, it's hard. No. That's how it goes with that, the baking.
So you actually bake a lot for, like I said, family members or friends.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a lot of time you're putting into this.
It is.
How does it make you feel?
Sometimes when I think about it, it gives me stress because of the amount. But for me, like, I'm used to it. It's like nothing for me for 50 pieces, and not only more. Sometimes 70 pieces.
Would you say you bake something every week? Or almost every week? Or
like,
every day? Am I asking the wrong
you
question?
But they wanted, like, they're asking me like every day. I said, I cannot, because I'm not making business, please.
Yeah.
It's just family, friends, just to,
Out of your heart?
Out of heart, and to, because they love it, they like it, and I like it too, to make it. And I make it to make them like it, and they always come back for more.
That's the problem. You make it too good.
Yeah.
You need to burn some of it.
Oh, yeah. And they always come back for more.
Just kidding.
That's true. It is.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
yeah, that's how it is. Don't even cooking, Cat. Even not only baking, even cooking. I've been seeing a lot of cooking. They use shortcut. Never mind, we don't have that one. Oh, you can just put that one there. We don't have that one. No, it won't turn out right. I don't use shortcut. If it's that same ingredients, I put everything for that. If one missing, so no, forget it. Don't cook it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because some people, they cook, but they don't know how. They just cook it because they wanna cook it. But man, it turns out you're like a flying saucer. You know what I mean? Like,
when you started, did you have any failures?
never.
Probably you had good guidance from your mom and your dad, no? Like how to do it.
That's how they told me.
That's the best way to learn.
They told me to that they gave me a lifted.
A what?
Lifted.
Gifted?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
I have a lifted too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to tell, but it's not supposed to, but it's my own lifted though.
I think, well, maybe you don't have to say it, because the fact that you're so well known for being good at many of these things. Because, well, today we kind of talked about papaya buti. I would call it papaya buti from now on. Papaya turnover. But you actually know a lot of other pastries and dishes.
Yes.
Like bunyelos nizuk.
Bunyelos nizuk, we call it bunyelos bebe.
Which is shaped like a diamond.
Like a diamond.
And then
the bunyelos okinawa.
Wait, what is the key ingredient other than flour? What else is in the buñuelos Okinawa?
Oh man, there's a lot of ingredients.
Really?
Yes, lot of eggs mostly. The eggs
Eggs?
yeah, mostly eggs. You have to put a lot of eggs.
Okay.
Eggs, carnation milk,
Really?
butter, sugar, vanilla, and yeah, and the flour. But it has to be.
And it's deep fried.
It's deep fried. And when you're mixing it, you have to know when you're mixing it. Lift it up the dough when it's like really like not watery. You know how
Oh, so you put it, you kind of, you
when you're
drop
mixing
it
it
into the oil.
no, when you're mixing it.
Oh,
When you're mixing it
okay.
like this,
The
how you mix it.
consistency.
Yeah, the consistency. How you gonna, the dough that is not gonna be sticking on your hand. That it's right amount when you squeeze it down. It's just drop there. And when you got the right the measurement, you don't need to turn. It turns by himself.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It turns by himself.
It'll flip in the oil.
Flip. And then when it's done, it stops. That's the time you know it's cooked. Because it's not turning already.
Okay, what else? What other secrets can you share with us about the Chamorro pastries?
I cannot tell you, but the lemon pie, I cannot put because lemon pie is not in our, that's,
It's not traditional.
yeah,
But you're good at lemon pie.
yes,
What
Yeah.
How do you make? What do you think
from the
is the
scratch.
secret to lemon pie? Do you use a particular kind of lemon or any kind of lemon?
I use it by the scratch. Everything not from the store.
Yeah,
I-
yeah. What kind of
I-
lemon do you use? Any kind of lemon or?
No, I use lemon powder.
A day. I thought you said it's all from scratch.
No, I mean everything, but lemon powder is the best because you can use the fresh lemon.
Yeah.
But the fresh lemon that when you use it on the lemon pie, it gives like some kind of smell, that the fresh one.
Really?
Yes, it's like, I don't know, but I try it. So I stopped using the fresh. So I use the powder.
Lemon powder. Okay.
Yeah, because it's more stronger, and it's not that like some like fishy smell or
Okay.
something.
Really?
The fresh lemon. That's how that.
I've tried a lemon pie made locally from calamansi. I think calamansi. It actually turned out very good, I thought.
Yeah, you can use that one, but for me, I prefer the
The lemon
lemon powder
Okay.
because it's kind of a different how it tastes though. And I make the filling, not in the can. I mix it. I cook it. Once you miss that measurement, it will turn into watery. Very delicate. You see that?
Yeah.
Others that they're making, some they're watery, some they're very packed, or because how you're mixing it, it's a different way. So I cannot say other people because that's their own way, and this is my way, and I cannot copy other people because they say, you have to do like. I say, okay, live it as it is, as your own way, and live my way. Because this is what I learned. You cannot change the way I make it and how the ingredients that I have to use it. Because even me, I cannot tell you that, oh, it's a bad turnover. It's, I cannot discriminate other people's, because that's their way.
Yeah.
And this is my way too.
Mary, thank you for sharing with us today. Is there anything else you want to say before we end today?
Well, maybe because they've been seeing it in the Facebook. They knows me though, because when I post it, they always miss. Can I order please? Can I? Oh, my mouth is watery. Stop posting it. So they always once I post it, ding 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 ding, a lot of message. Can I order 50? Can I order this one? Can I? Monday, so they told me, "Hey, stop posting it." But meaning, it's not only by selling it. It's just sometimes I make it for my visitor, or who wants, like, I bring it to the family, or like that. It's not because of business. I don't do business. Like I told you, it's only I either they buy their own ingredients, or I'll buy it myself, and I'll give you the price for
The receipt.
yeah, because I said I sell them for very cheap, 125. Sorry, 125. I'm the cheapest one. I'm the cheapest one because I want. It's not because of what the money. It's the one that I'm making is to make it perfect and to love it, not because of to make business. No, I don't do business. I make people happy for what I make. That's how I am. So I make it perfect because I'm not a businesswoman. I make it to love it, to satisfy them, and to satisfy with my price too. And even they say it's cheap because I'm selling it for 125, and it's more awesome.
And that's pretty much the cost of the ingredients.
Yeah, but I told them I don't go for the prices. It's okay for me. At least I get for my ingredients to make again another one. But to make you satisfied, that's what I am. To make you satisfied for what I make. Not because of to make money. No, because if I wanna make this, I can make long time ago. But no, I just want to make my friends, my family, especially for the grocery, Duenas, they always order. They always asking who make it, and who made this one. So they pass and pass. That's how they knows me, and also by the Facebook. So now you're on the Facebook. So every time I post, say you the bunyalos Okinawa or the bunya. My brother really likes the bunyalos coconut. Yeah, he really likes it.
And
That's
my
why.
grandmother and my mom makes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one with the diamond, and then you cut, and then you twist it. Yeah.
Way back they use like because nowadays whatever you shape once, it's up to you. But way back then, my young age, we make it into circle. Remember?
No.
We roll it and then make it circle. It's a circle. Way back
It does
then.
sound a little familiar.
It's way back, but now new style how they like to make it more fancy. Like to make like a diamond and cut in the middle, and then you twist it and turn it upside, down.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's how my grandmother used to make it.
that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But you can make it round, circle. Just roll it and make it circle. It depends on up to you what you're gonna.
Thank you for sharing today.
Yeah, thank you too for for sharing with you
At least I have some tips in case I ever want to make papaya butsi butsi.
yeah, so already.
I know up here, but whether or not I can execute it,
Yeah, like I
we'll
said,
try our best.
like I said that I always give them because I'm not stingy with my ingredients. I tell them the ingredients, but the thing is how you gonna
The
make.
mixing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. I tell them.
All right.
You have to be there when to make it. You have to be there
To learn.
to learn.
Yeah.
By giving you the ingredients, it's useless. Because what I'm gonna do? How much I'm gonna put? How am I gonna mix it? Which one is first? That's why I told them, if you wanna learn, you have to be here when I'm gonna make it. So that's how I learn.
If you're interested in learning how to make papaya turnover or any other delicacies, hopefully you have an auntie like Auntie Mary or a family friend who will teach you in person.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary.
I can teach, yeah. I'm not, delicate to when they ask me.
Yeah.
I'm not stingy with the ingredients or what. It's just don't take whatever what I know and you're going to make business. That's what I'm trying to, prevent
Should come from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot steal my, ingredients and you're going to open up a business from my own way. You know what I mean?
At
That's-
least you make that clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I
Thank
am.
you,
But
Mary.
I really appreciate for you, coming and, sharing our own Chamorro cuisine and especially for the baking.
Well, thank you for all the love that you give people when you share your.
Yes, I love, I love and, hopefully in the future this young generation will start, to learn, how to bake because we're not going to be here forever. So we wanted to pass it down like myself. I'm passing it down to my daughter. Now my daughter, it's up to her to pass it down though because it passes down from my mom, then to me because none of my siblings not interesting. They're interesting, but like I said, when you're not into that, category in baking, so it's not gonna work. So that's how it goes, Kat. You have
Thank
to
you.
love it. You have to love by
That's
making
the
it.
secret ingredient.
Yes, it is.
This has been Mariana's Stories, and our guest this month has been Mary Naputi, sharing about her baking expertise, especially with papaya turnover, papaya buchi. I'm Catherine Perry, and we'll see you again next month.
Yes.